Welcome to yet another new video from Daytrading. On this channel, we share profitable trading strategies that are explained step by step and tested 100 times on an account worth $1,000. This way, you can see the profits and results over the long term and determine if this strategy suits you. Today, we will explain to you a day trading strategy. Enjoy watching, and if you have any questions, you can always ask them below the video. If you find the video educational, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. With that said, we can quickly get started on the video. Today I'm trading the strategy on the price of Bitcoin, but of course you can also perform the strategy on other cryptocurrencies, Forex, or on the stock market. We use two indicators for this strategy, and we trade with the Heikin Ashi candles. Let's first add the Heikin Ashi candles. We do this by pressing the symbol and then ticking the Heikin Ashi candles. The first indicator is RSI, or the Relative Strength Index. The second indicator we add is the AROON indicator. Let's get the indicators right before we can proceed with the strategy. We'll start with the RSI indicator. Remove the RSI-based MA because we don't need it. Then you can choose to make it white as I do. We do not need to modify the AROON indicator. Good. Now that the indicators are in place, we can start with the strategy. We trade the strategy on the 15-minute time frame, and I use a 2 risk-reward ratio when I open a position. You can also trade this strategy on a lower time frame, such as the 5 minutes time frame, or on a higher time frame, such as the 1 hours. However, I personally will not use this strategy on other time frames. Let's start with a buying position. Before we can open a buy position, we want to see the RSI indicator initially in the oversold area. This means that the RSI will end up below the 30 level on the downside. This is fairly straightforward. This is because it means that the price is moving in a relatively good buying area. So it is interesting to buy in. But we are still waiting for two other confirmations. Namely, we want to see the AROON upline move above the AROON downline. The AROON indicator is divided into two lines. The blue line is the downline and the orange line is the upline. So we want to see the orange line intersect with the blue line. As you can see here, the RSI is moving into the oversold area and the orange upline is crossing above the blue downline here. At that point, we are just waiting for a green Heikin Ashi candle to appear. As soon as this candle appears on the price, we can open a buying position with a risk-reward ratio of 2. We place the stop loss below the last swing low and set our target twice as high from there. This means that we win twice as much on our take profit as we can lose on our stop loss. As you can see, this buy position closed with a profit in about 3 hours. The beauty of this indicator combination is that you didn't already buy into a buying position on this oversold RSI spot. As you can see, the price still moved down after that. By waiting for a cross between the two lines of the AROON indicator, we can find the perfect buying moment. Here we see another example. We can see that the RSI indicator is moving below the 30 level, which means that it could be a favorable time to open a buying position. We then wait for the orange AROON line to cross above the blue one before opening a position. So we open a buy position when that happens, and again we see that this was the perfect time to open a position. Now let's look at a sell position. Now before we can open a sell position, we want to see the RSI above the 70 level. This of course now means that the price is moving into another bought area, so it may be beneficial to sell. But we don't just do that. We now wait until the blue downline ends up above the orange upline. Once that happens, we open a sell position. We now place our stop loss above the last swing high and set our target twice as low. Again, this was the perfect time to sell. Let's add another selling example. Here we see the RSI moving above the 70 level. Next, we see that the blue downline is moving above the orange upline, after which we can open a sell position. As you can see, we open our sell position at the right moment. If you are wondering what is a good platform on which to open buy and sell positions, I can recommend Bybit. On this cryptocurrency exchange, you can easily open buy and sell positions with or without leverage in more than 150 cryptocurrencies. I always carry out my strategies on this exchange, and I do so because it is a reliable platform and I can use a 4-price layout. If you also want to trade on this exchange, then you can visit Bybit via the link below this video. By the way, Bybit has a $3,000 sign-up bonus, so that is definitely interesting too. Good. Let's start with the back test session. I've scrolled back in time such that I can test this strategy at least 100 times. I open both buy and sell positions. As an example, I use a $1,000 account value with a risk-reward ratio of 2, so you can see how much you can potentially win or lose with such an amount. After each position opened, I update my $1,000 account value so that it moves live with my back testing session. Let's get started. Alright, I just tested 100 buy and sell positions. I was able to open these positions over a 10-week period, which averages out to 3 positions every 2 days. These positions together gave me 140% profit. This is, of course, without levers. If you use levers of, say, 10 times, your profits can quickly reach 1400%. Our win rate was 63%. This means that 63% of all 100 positions I opened closed in profit. This is an excellent win rate for a strategy with a risk-reward ratio of 2. So, we can conclude that this is therefore a good strategy. Of course, you have to keep in mind that a backtest session is always different than while trading in real life. In real life, you will always open somewhat fewer positions than turning their backtest session. But suppose you can make 100% or 120% profit with this strategy in 10 weeks' time, then of course, that's already very good. And that's only on Bitcoin alone. As I said, on Bybit you can trade in as many as 150 different cryptocurrencies and keep an eye on 4 prices at the same time. So you can also quadruple your profits in addition to the levers you can use. I want to thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time.